Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dark day in American history. The greatest man to ever wear the red, white, and blue is being indicted.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Our big, beautiful boy has 4 criminal cases against him, all of them as fake and forced as Dianne Feinstein's breathing. Former President Donald Trump has been indicted in 4 separate criminal cases since leaving office. All the cases loom over him as he runs for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, and he is very much way the fuck ahead in the polls. Some of these criminal cases are more threatening than others. Here is our ranking. Donald Trump made history in March as the first former president to be indicted. This week, he made history again as the first former president to be charged in 4 separate criminal cases. But he did everything right! For some charges, he's unlikely to see jail time if he's convicted. Others could be much more dangerous for him if they get to a jury trial. Here are all 4 cases ranked from least to most threatening. The New York hush money case. District Attorney Alvin Bragg of Manhattan was the first to bring criminal charges against Trump. In March, he alleged Trump broke laws related to falsifying business records 34 different times. The alleged crimes occurred before he was elected president as part of a scheme with Michael Cohen to pay porn star Stormy Daniels and keep her quiet ahead of the 2016 election about an affair she says she had with him. Legal experts say the case, which comes after a years-long investigation into Trump's taxes and financial dealings, is strong but underwhelming. Bummer. Trump may take a page from John Edwards' playbook and argue that the falsified documents were meant to hide the affair allegations from his wife Melania rather than deceive the American public, though legal experts say that this approach could backfire. Their argument is going to be that he's just a normal cheating scumbag, okay? He's not out there to deceive the American public. He's just a normal cheating piece of shit. But he is our most godly president, folks. He may be Jesus himself, okay? But even if Trump is convicted of all counts, it's unlikely that he will see any time behind bars for falsifying documents in connection to his $130,000 hush money payments to Daniels. So no jail time for this one. Fucking boring. Jack Smith's election interference case. Earlier in August, the special counsel Jack Smith brought charges against Trump, alleging he broke criminal laws by conspiring to obstruct Congress and rob Americans of their rightful votes through his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. As you can see here, there's a photo from the false flag event known as January 26th by the Demon Rats. Stop the steal. That's actually me holding that flag right there. Trump's attorneys have argued that his pressuring of Vice President Mike Pence to not certify Joe Biden's electoral victory was perfectly legal. Other elements of the alleged conspiracy, like plots to send fake electors to Congress, were just part of the political process and should not be tried in court, they have argued. Jesus Christ, dude. Trump was involved in a scheme to send fake slates of electors, dude. This is your election fraud, man. I have been hearing from right-wingers every single day for years now about election fraud, and it's like the call was coming from inside the house, dude. The perfect phone call was coming from inside the fucking White House. The case was assigned to U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan, who has been unforgiving in handing out sentences to convicted participants of the January 6th Capitol riot. Yeah, would you call Trump a participant? I guess you would. So maybe Tanya will, shake things up a little bit. While the charges are serious, Smith and Trump are in legally untested waters. It remains to be seen whether Chutkan or an appeals court might consider some of Trump's activity described in the indictment as protected by the First Amendment. If Trump were convicted in this case, he would be eligible for a presidential pardon since it's a federal case. If he's elected in 2024, he may try to pardon himself, or another Republican president may pardon him in the future. Dude, Trump pardoning himself would be the most fucking Trump thing to do. He is the type of man to give himself a high five. The classified documents case. Smith's office indicted Trump on 37 counts in June connected to his hoarding of government documents at Mar-a-Lago after leaving office. They include violations of the Espionage Act, conspiracy to obstruct justice, lying to law enforcement, and breaking 3 laws related to withholding and concealing government records. Mar-a-Lago, where you think you might be reading the dinner menu, but it's actually national security secrets. The upside for the former president is that the judge presiding over the case, U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon, is a Trump nominee and has ruled in his favor in the past, often to the bafflement of legal experts. Dude, that is the least surprising thing to me. And like the DOJ's January 6th case, the classified documents case is also a federal one, meaning Trump is eligible for a presidential pardon if he's convicted following a trial. But there's a significant downside. For one, this is a much more straightforward case for Smith's office than the January 6th case, because there's more precedent for the alleged mishandling of classified information. Prosecutors also went to extreme lengths to highlight Trump's efforts to keep government records even after the National Archives and the Justice Department had asked for them back, as well as his and his associates' attempts to obstruct the department's investigation into the former president's handling of national defense information. Yeah, that's the best part about this one. They asked for those documents back several times, and he did not give them back. That's the, one thing you're going to hear from conservatives, Fox News, etc., is that Biden also had some amount of documents. Pence also had some documents. Well, it was far fewer documents, as far as I know, and when they were asked, they gave them back. Unlike our big, beautiful boy, Donald John Trump. They also highlighted in the indictment one conversation in which Trump appeared to acknowledge knowing that he was not supposed to share confidential or classified information with those who didn't have the appropriate security clearance. This is secret information, Trump said while waving classified documents in front of two visitors, a writer and a publisher, at his Bedminster Golf Club in January 2021. Look at this. He and an aide discussed what they could do with the papers, and the aide said, "We'll have to try to declassify it," Trump said, cutting the aide off. "See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is still a secret." Now, if you can, humor me here. Conservative, please. What if you heard Joe Biden say this? Or even worse, Obama. What if you heard Obama, or even worse, Hillary Clinton? What if Hillary Clinton said these exact words? How would you feel? Now you might say, but Joe Biden did this, but Hillary Clinton did that, but they did this, but she did that, but he did that. It doesn't matter. I say, lock them all the fuck up. I don't care. You shouldn't care either, and that includes fucking Trump. When you say Joe Biden did it too, are you saying that both Joe Biden and Trump should go to jail, or is Trump completely innocent? Which one is it? Are they both guilty? Is it just Joe Brandon who's guilty, or is Trump guilty too? Or is it not a big deal at all, and then why are you complaining about Joe Biden's documents? As president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is still a secret. This is the most open and fucking shut. This is your president, dude? You want your president doing shit like this? And you will tell me with a straight face that he is not corrupt? Look at all this secret information. I could have declassified it, but I didn't. But it's still a secret. He's like a kid showing off his baseball card collection. Only scribbled on those cards are the locations of our nuclear silos. Prosecutors also tacked on 3 new charges against Trump in a superseding indictment filed late last month, accusing him of working with his associates to erase security camera footage to prevent investigators from viewing it and willingly retaining national defense information. Now, again, what if it was Hillary Clinton? How would you feel? Replace these words with Hillary Clinton. I will do it for you. Declassify it, Hillary Clinton said, uncharismatically cutting the aide off. See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is still a secret. Dude, this would make any conservative blood boil. Their heat would make the sun look like Antarctica. What if Hill Dog said this, dude? Prosecutors also stacked on 3 new charges against Hillary Clinton in a superseding indictment filed late last month. Y'all know you would never shut the fuck up about this. But because it's Trump, it's okay? She did everything right and you indicted her. Georgia's RICO case. The new indictment from Fulton County DA Fani Willis's office is Trump's greatest legal threat yet. The most significant charge against the former president under the Georgia Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act carries a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. prison. Talk about orange is the new black, baby. Because the case is so complicated and includes 19 defendants, it's very likely that it will be the last case among the 4 to go to trial. And if Trump is convicted, a judge can take his entire judicial history into account during sentencing, Ronald Carson, a former professor at the University of Georgia Law School, said. Moreover, Georgia is one of the few states where the governor doesn't have any pardon power. Trump would have to apply for a pardon to an independent board, and he wouldn't be allowed to do that until he's already served 5 years in prison. Let's fucking go, dude. The governor can't pardon here. It's the Board of Pardons and Paroles that has to grant that. And here's the kicker. President Trump could only apply for a pardon if he were to be convicted only after he served 5 years in a Georgia penitentiary. Now, I'm going to be honest. I know it's Trump indictment day. It comes 4 times a year, apparently. As Hassan says, we're all beautiful liberals today. He will probably be convicted from something, in this fucking fucked up power ranking. But the idea that he will be spending any actual time in prison, I find very unlikely. There is a different set of rules for people with this type of power. There is 100%, you hear this on Fox News all day, that there's a 2-tier justice system. There 100% is, but not like Democrats and Republicans. It's the rich versus everyone else. So yeah, Trump's 4 criminal cases ranked in order of how screwed he is. It's like a legal Connect 4, only the only thing you win is prison time.